playing that same position in the majority of the starting lineups when both are on the court. Something to watch out there for, though, is Devo Davis definitely holds his own defensively. It's tough to measure defense without stats, but Devo has been fantastic. Now I'll talk more about what I expect out of this Arkansas team right after my prediction. I've got Arkansas winning this one at home. I think the crowd for Arkansas is going to be outstanding. The student section is calling for a whiteout, so if you're going to the game, there's 3 things. Number 1, stand up. Number 2, be loud. Number 3, wear right. We want to make this one of the loudest games in college basketball this season. Auburn has played in a fair amount of road games this season and not played well. You look at the game against Georgia recently. You look at the game against Missouri. They beat a bad Missouri team and a bad Georgia team by 1. Georgia 1, Missouri 2 on the road. Those were the last 2 road games, and then they played at Ole Miss and got off to a slow start, only winning that one by 9. They've not played a lot of tough away games. Away game at St. Louis, they only won by 4. It's still a good win. St. Louis is a good team, but they've not played that many teams on the road. And I think this is safe to say that this is probably Auburn's hardest game outside of at Tennessee this season. I think the main thing for Arkansas, though, is they've got to control the basketball, limit turnovers, and play smart offensively. The 3-point percentage is low for Arkansas. That's just how it's been all season. You got to find ways to get buckets without relying on threes. Additionally, Arkansas's defense has to crash the boards. That's something Arkansas is ranked top 15 at. Arkansas crashing the boards is huge. I've got Arkansas winning this one very slimly, 74-72. I'm predicting an upset here. I think the main thing with Arkansas playing at this high level it has this last 8 games is Bud Walton Arena. Some tough games at home, West Virginia, Mississippi State, all like to play that type of basketball that's very gritty. Over Texas A&M too. South Carolina's been at home. Missouri was at home. A nice blowout there. Arkansas's only lost 1 game at home this year, and I know it was Vanderbilt's 1-point loss. That's still inexcusable, but that team I don't think is the same one that we're seeing a month later. I mean, on February 8th, when Arkansas plays Auburn, a month ago would have been their last loss at Texas A&M. And, secretly, Arkansas was improving through those 3 games despite losing those. The team we saw, Oklahoma and Hofstra, was horrible. The team start first 3 games of the season were still bad, but Arkansas really put themselves in a nice position, winning 7 in a row. The games don't get much easier, though, which is why I think Arkansas picks up a win over Auburn here. It's really reliant, though, on Arkansas playing good defense. They've got to get guys going. Another thing in this one, Jalen Williams getting to a double-double mark would be crucial for the Hogs, too. But that's my prediction. Now, I'll have an episode out recapping this game on Thursday and then previewing Arkansas's next game against Alabama. I might do something separate for that. Obviously depends on a win or a loss, but I'll keep you updated on my Twitter. So, signing off for now. As always, Woo Pig Suey.
That's all for today's episode of All Hog Sports with Sam Stimson. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode covering all Arkansas Razorback sports. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media too. On Twitter and Instagram at All Hog Sports Pod. Like on Facebook at All Hog Sports and Arkansas Razorbacks Podcast. And on YouTube at that same name. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Go Hogs!